Hi all, this is Dr. Sage Breslin and this is Wisdom Wednesdays, my special series on my journey with cancer. So I don't really go back and to watch my videos, but sometimes I have friends or colleagues who have watched them and provide some feedback or ask questions. And one of my colleagues was commenting on the fact that I have a pretty positive attitude. And he said, I've certainly seen some of your videos where you have more feeling, or you're sad, or you're scared, but mostly you're pretty up and you seem to be managing this pretty well. And I said, yeah, I feel like I am feeling pretty well. I'm certainly more tired. I do have reactions to some of the medications that I'm given. But overall, I am approaching this journey as a gift and one for me to learn from and grow from and hopefully evolve a new body from. But I got a question the other day from this colleague who said, what do you think you're missing? And I had to really think about that. What am I missing? And I was trying to consider what he was asking. And, so I kind of inquired a little bit more, and he said, what do you think you're missing by trucking along, by going and going and going and going and not slowing down? And it made me think of a friend of mine who is just an incredible photographer. And she catches these photographs, like even in our community, that are just remarkable. And what I'm so impressed by is I have a wealth of wildlife right directly behind my house. I have an owl box outside my house, and I don't capture the photographs that she captures. And as I was sitting in meditation, I realized why. Because she sits out on her porch or out by the lagoon and she waits. And she might wait with her camera in place for hours. And then something crosses that screen, that viewfinder, and boom, there is this amazing shot, right? But you actually have to sit still long enough to even prepare to capture the shot, to see something, to observe something. And that really took me aback. And it really came up in my meditation this week. That I think there's so much going on below the surface for me with this cancer, with this treatment, with the upcoming transplant. I think that by remaining busy, it has allowed me not to have the feelings that are really wild and unfettered and unchecked and maybe out of control. And, I get the gift that I'm giving myself with that. It's allowing me to feel more competent, more confident, more empowered, more in control. But I'm also missing out on something. And that is that I'm missing out on giving myself the time and space to actually have those other feelings, the feelings that are messy and hard for me to put into words, the feelings that are hard to share with other people. When I sometimes share the more desperate kind of feelings with, my adult children, sometimes I get the feedback like, Mom, don't put that on us. You're going to be fine. And I get it. Like, that's what they want. They need to believe that. But it's not manipulative. It genuinely comes from a place of fear that I could not survive this treatment. That I know, that I am not likely to survive the cancer, like, but I'm also have good chances for surviving for a good long time if this treatment is successful. So it's a difficult conversation to have with people. It's difficult for me even to film that and, I don't know that I won't be judged, or know that nobody has to argue with me about the feelings, or, God, the real gift is knowing that somebody else has been through something like this and had these kinds of feelings and can just relate, can understand, whether themselves or with loved ones. And I guess I'm trying to step into slowing down enough so that I can just have those feelings, so that I can just sit with what it's like to know that at some point in time I will leave my children. I'd like them to be old farts, by the way. But what if they aren't? What if they still need me? What if I still need them? That's really hard to consider. It's hard to kind of slow myself down enough just to have that feeling, just to have that thought, and not be knocked down by it. Not that that's bad, right? Like, okay, if it knocks me down, it knocks me down. And if that's how big the feeling is, that's how big the feeling is. But I guess I just have to slow down enough to give myself permission to allow those feelings to come up and to come out, and to land wherever they land and however they land. Because I don't want to miss the shot, right? I don't want to miss any part of this journey. Yeah, some part of it is shitty, but some part of it is glorious. Look at how many of you have reached out and given me support. And I mean, I'm learning to receive like I never have in my whole life. And that's a miracle for me. I don't want to miss that either. So I'm going to have that hummingbird reminder. I'm going to remind myself that if I don't sit still long enough, I never see the hummingbird land. And if I don't prepare to sit still long enough, I don't even know the hummingbird's there, much less get a shot of him sitting down. So I'm also going to invite you, don't miss the shot. Slow down, take a breath, relax a while, and let life in. It's what I'm going to try to do. This is your Wisdom Wednesdays. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me and being part of my tribe. This is Dr. Sage Breslin.